Okay, welcome back to Entertainment Review. It's time for us to delve into our discussion for today. And the topic for discussion is investing in the production of gospel music. We have amazing guests in the house. All three of us guests are worshippers. I'm going to introduce the ladies first. Unfortunately, today there's just one gentleman seated amongst ladies. And so introducing the ladies first. So one of the ladies, when you go to her Instagram bio, she says, "Grace personified, till you see the beauty of Jesus in me." Hello, Cecilia Quarm.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Welcome to Entertainment Review.
You.
Okay, and our next lady, she is also a worshipper with a Japanese surname. Queendalyn Yergley. I hope I got it right.
You did get it right.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And our gentleman for today, who is also a worshipper, Nii Dowuona. Please, did I mention it correctly?
Yes, please.
Dowuona.
Dowuona,
Welcome
yes.
to Entertainment Review.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so our topic for discussion today, like I said earlier, is investing in gospel music industry in Ghana. But I'm going to come to you first, Nii Dowuona. So I watched an interview that you were on Footprint TV, and first of all, I want to verify, and I want you to verify. You've been singing for years, for a very long time. So is it recently that you produced an album?
I think 5 years now.
4 to 5 years
Yeah,
now.
I have first CD that actually, the truth is, then I felt like, this is not my place anymore.
Okay.
So I should back off. So I just produced it, but I put it aside.
Oh.
Yeah, but the warnings come from so many avenues that if I don't continue, what I have, they will take it from me.
Right.
And I think it's a joke, but it happens.
Right.
So, forced to
Bring it out.
Bring it out, yes.
Okay, so yes, so speaking or talking about the topic for discussion, investing in the gospel music industry, what was it exactly that was beating you down?
My ministry, I did not depend on anyone.
Okay.
Sponsor myself. I'm a CEO of multi-company, so I have to sponsor myself.
Yeah.
But here is this, sometimes I hear so many areas that our ministers are struggling. But the truth is, if I'm not wrong, many a times the bad ones have destroyed the way for the good ones.
Okay.
So, for example, you're a businessman and you took your $20 million or something to help somebody, and the person later, he turned his back against you. You lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the area, if you were a minister, the place to me, if I'm being someone's shoes, what I would do, the appreciations.
Okay.
But you mentioned that you were sponsoring yourself. Is it that you were not getting people that, okay, I want to sponsor you, or you just decided to reject any other sponsorship?
I didn't approach no one.
Nobody approached you?
Nobody
Nobody
approached
also
you.
approaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't approach no one.
Okay.
Because it's a call.
Yeah.
And God knows my stuff, where He has put me, that I'm able to do that for Him. I went in.
Okay. All right. So, Cecilia, hi. So, what is your understanding on music production generally?
Well, what goes into music before it comes out, like as an upcoming artist or someone already in the industry, sometimes a lot goes into it, like resources, finances. And then as you said, sometimes you not get the help you're supposed to get, especially when you are upcoming. It really takes a lot of effort and you not get what you need to be recognized. So sometimes it takes a lot of effort to be recognized. What really goes into it? Finances really goes into the production of music, and sometimes as the upcoming ones, we find it difficult to get the help and support we need unless we finance it ourselves and we are up there.
Do you have a managerial team?
I don't have any manager, but I have not necessarily a team, but then I have people that helps me.
That help you. Okay, so just last week, Musica organized a seminar. So Musica, Musicians Union of Ghana,
Okay.
they organized a seminar to help artists, especially upcoming artists, help with the way to put their music on digital and online platforms to be able to get monies and all that. And the majority of the people that came out to ask questions, they were worried about not being identified easily. Like, where do they go to say that, okay, I think I can go here to get a manager to help me come out? Or I can get this person to help me, especially in the gospel fraternity. A lot of them had that issue. So, Queendalyn, I want to come to you. What do you think, as gospel artists, some or a lot of you are doing not right?
I can't speak on a blanket as to what we're doing or not doing. I think, first of all, the gospel industry is growing. In the past 2-3 years, we have improved a lot, and we're beginning to take our market share in the music industry as a whole. Personally, I have a team. From the first time I released my first single, I already had a team put together. And that's because on the other side, I studied business development. I have my master's in business development. So it was very necessary for me to put together structures even before we started. Yes, it is a ministry, but there has to be some sort of structure to protect the artist, first of all, and to make sure that what the dreams and the visions you have can actually come to place. And fortunately for me, I was already surrounded by people I could trust and people who understood the business game as well. So it was just me putting together people who believed in me as an artist and believed in my ministry as well. And we've just been working together since then. We live together as a family, not live in the same house, but we work together as a family. My manager has his master's degree in IT, so it helps a lot in terms of music distribution and all of that. And he's also vast in the financial world in terms of financial creation, and he does a lot of things as well. Another member of my team, Mona, she is vast in business as well, and then she's into beauty and products and all of that. So that helps with what I look like most of the times. And then I have someone else, Chic by Siba, who's like a big sister to me, and she's also a member of my team. And she does my costuming from red carpets to music videos to everything. And then the fourth person in my management is a music video director, Thick Line Productions, and he's the one that has done all my music videos, from the ones we shot in Dubai, the ones we shot here. So it's just been deliberately putting a team together that is moving in the same direction for me.
Okay, so if I'm understanding you perfectly, even though you accepted the call of singing being, your ministry, part of your ministry, but you took your time to structure yourself business-wise before coming out.
Yes, I wouldn't say business-wise, but I was saying that my background is business development. That's why I studied in school. So it was very necessary for us to put a structure in place, not necessarily with business in mind, but just structure. Because whether it's business, whether it's ministry, whether it's a church, there has to be structures. Even churches have structure. There's an account department, there's a choir department. There are structures, and there are leaders who know how to handle each department. So I may be the artist, I know how to go to God in prayer, get my songs, record the songs, but I may not be able to do other things. So I brought together people who believe in my vision and believe in my ministry, who can actually handle the other facets of the ministry.
I think this is what a lot of underground artists lack. You have the knowledge.
It's true. What your team are like the gatekeepers,
Yes.
who understand the business, and they are doing a lot. And I like the fact that you mentioned deliberately, you have taken charge to do the investing yourself and also see where it takes you. But then I want to ask a general question. Is the gospel music industry a good investment for an investor to invest in? Let me get your take on that.
Yes.
As in the gospel music industry, is it a good place for an investor to invest in?
It's really a good place.
Okay.
Because when we look at the great commandment in the Bible, it says, go into the world and then proclaim my good news. And so most of us may not be able to sit in buses to preach the good news, and then, but we can sing and then let people come to Christ. So if someone invests in a musician and then the person sings for people to come to Christ, it's really a good
good
thing.
investment. I like that. What about you? It is a good investment.
investment.
Yes, it is a good. And Queendalyn, I know where you stand. I'm asking. I'm asking because most often in the gospel space, I know we are. They struggle a lot. The gospel artists struggle a lot. It's an industry where money can be made. They already have their markets. The churches are there. People are willing to listen. But oftentimes, certain people don't really do the investment in themselves. They wait for the investors to come in. And that, to me, where I sit, is not really helpful. You see, in Ghana here, people want halfway. If you bring something to me, a proposal to me, I see you've done 60%. What are the chances of me adding the 40%? I know that you have done your bit, so I'll put in my all. But then gospel artists in Ghana often are reluctant to invest in themselves. And I say this because sometimes, I'm saying it not because I have just seen it. Some comments that gospel artists make us feel as though they really don't want to invest in themselves. Before this topic, we did a case study where we took out certain comments that artists have made. So a gospel artist goes out to say that I've used $40,000 to do a music video. Everybody knows who that particular gospel artist is. It's Empress Gifty. Now, questions were asked as to would you invest
That's much.
that much in making a music video? Some gospel artists gave a general opinion. Some were sarcastic. Some didn't give an opinion which people saw fit. There's nothing wrong with whatever comments they give. But then, some comments that were made was that someone said, I would rather invest 40,000 on a farm than use that in a music video. Someone also said, I would rather invest 40,000 in a rice business rather than a music video.
Importing rice.
And this one is coming from an executive music producer and also investor says, gospel musicians are ungrateful. I would rather use my investment into rope business from China. So you see, there's a problem somewhere which needs to be solved. How important is it for you as an artist to invest in yourself? I know where Queendalyn stands because he is a whole different entity together. How important is it for the gospel artists to invest in themselves? Let me take that from you first.
Oh, well, it's really, really, really important. Let's say if you go to bank,
True.
they will ask you your
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 background, yeah.
And besides that, they will say, you have to put in your equity. It's the same in business. If you chose to serve God and you want God to also bless you, sow a seed. And where is your seed? It's what He have given you.
Right. Yeah.
He have given you the passport, travel. So buy your ticket. Simple as that.
And when you started, when Isidua asked about the album, you said you started and you went back. When you started, how was it and now? Because you mentioned you were a CEO, so you had to put in money.
I put in money, time,
True.
everything.
Everything. Now that you are putting all those time, money and everything, are you reaping what you invested?
Honestly, honest, God knows it. I haven't put it on anywhere to sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to win the souls.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you are you are in the gospel industry, a calling, not a business.
Business, no.
That's it.
So,
Okay.
you know, this is making me think that, I mean, how many of you have thought of this? That maybe majority of gospel artists out there make music, but then don't even think of the necessity of doing a music video.
Yeah.
Just putting the song out there because they
trying
are
to
just
promote
focusing
it.
on winning
Yes.
souls.
Yes.
And then that's it. So they wouldn't really put in much money
Yeah.
to produce a quality music video because that's not their focus.
Yeah.
It is the song.
Yeah.
Not
Get it out there.
even not even music videos, but the quality of the sound,
and
itself.
everything. So Daddy is for God's calling. Queendalyn, I would say, is a 50-50.
Oh, do that.
No, you see, there's nothing wrong with that. I always say when you read articles about Trisha Campbell and Kirk Franklin, they do gospel, but then they added the business aspect of it. And
There's
that's what
nothing
I
wrong.
see, that there's nothing wrong with it if you
Absolutely.
add business to your gospel music. It like your gospel career. There's nothing wrong with it. But in Ghana, we are so attached to the fact that if you add money to gospel, people feel that, oh, opiska. But no, you put in to gain, right?
Well,
I like how you like.
let me say, first of all, I want to believe that majority of us are in it for ministry. I'm in it for ministry.
Yeah.
I started serving when I was like 14. I was discovered by Tim Godfrey. I've served Tim Godfrey, I've served Samuel Poso, I've served Sonny Badu, I've served in Hillsong London. So I have served.
Yeah.
Before I decided that, okay, it's time for me to start my own thing. I think having this rich background, I learned from all these people because when I served them, that was when they were starting in life, some 18 years ago. So I learned from their mistakes. I learned from the challenges they faced in the different worlds where they were. I believe that even those of us that say, oh, it's not business, it's purely ministry, we still need money to record the songs.
Yeah.
We need money for quality sound engineers. Like my songs mostly are produced by Francis Osei. And Francis Osei is a huge fish in the gospel industry in terms of production. You need money for promotion. You need money to shoot music videos. You even need money for the evangelism of it. Because if I decide that I'm going with my team to Takwa to do a free concert, to sing to people, to pray over people, the logistics of getting to Takwa is money.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's either we decide, and this is something I think I spoke about a few years ago, where you either decide that, listen, I'm doing, and that's where I stand. I'm doing this for God. God has called me to do this. However, I'm not going to wait or beg for finances.
Yes.
So if it takes me to work and save up for my craft, then that's what I'm going to do. And fortunately for me, I have done that successfully, and I also have I'm a brand ambassador for a water company, and that also helps because that one was also deliberate. We approached them. This is who I am. This is my brand. This is where I'm going.
Deliberately approach
Deliberately, yes. This is my brand. This is where I'm going. This is my vision. Do you want to go? Let's go. And they're like, okay. We went back and forth with our lawyers, my lawyer and the lawyer of the company. It took about 6 months, and then we signed. And I've been signed to them for over a year because they renewed the contract because they're happy. I'm not up there yet, but at least they see progressive, So I think that let's not center the discussion on its business or its ministry. At the end of the day, we're trying to win souls for God.
For Christ.
Either ways, we need to put money in. And if we're not getting the support, maybe we need to look at ourselves and invest or look for jobs that can help us invest. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, if you're not willing to sacrifice for your dream, nobody is going to sacrifice for your dream.
So how do we make it lucrative for big investors, everybody, to come on board?
You need to be deliberate.
We should.
Yes.
Today she's using the word deliberate.
You need to be deliberate. Yes, as a country, I think we're very spiritual.
Yeah.
We're very, very spiritual.
Too
Even
much
in corporate spaces, before.
Too much
Oh no, God is good. As a country, I think we're very spiritual. Even in corporate spaces, you see people pray and all of that. So already now, the gospel has a huge market. Whether the person is pronouncing being a Christian or not, the gospel has a huge market. We as an industry or as a ministry, we need to come together in unity and decide how do we package ourselves to be attractive to these people so that when a brand is looking for someone to invest in, they're thinking Joe Metal and maybe not the secular space because they know that Joe Metal, if we invest in him, we have a higher reach of people.
So how did you structure or position yourself when you were going back and forth within 6 months of getting this ambassadorial deal with them? How did you position yourself specifically?
So first of all, we had to understand the brand we were approaching. Okay. We had to recognize what they stood for and what they were looking for. And at the time, they didn't have any brand ambassador. So I was positioning myself to be the first, but at the same time, what was I going to offer them? Because gospel struggles with getting brand ambassadorial deals, and an upcoming artist is even a different conversation altogether. So we had to strategically sit at the table, myself and my team, and we all came up with reasons, and we wrote a proposal. And thankfully, we got through the door, and we had to go back and forth. So I think, first of all, if you're approaching a company, you need to know what they stand for. Are you able to fit into what they stand for? And then your vision has to be clear on table. You need to show them, this is where I'm headed, this is the game, this is the plan for the next 5 years, this is what we're looking at. And it's up to them to say yes or no.
Okay.
Cecilia, what's the highest amount you've ever invested in any of your music?
Not from anyone, but from myself.
From yourself, what's the highest?
2,000 Ghana cedis.
1,000 Ghana cedis. What about you?
A lot.
Just give us an amount.
If I'm not wrong, for the first CD and everything, if I'm not wrong, I'll hit 120,000,
120
yeah.
Ghana cedis.
Because there was a concert
Yes.
with it, yeah.
Wow.
But I met my manager now. He's doing so
Oh,
great
you
job.
have a manager now.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Oh, Minister Igwe.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
He's blushing.
Yeah.
He's rushing and doing things. I mean, I don't know what to say, but
Yeah.
God bless him. Yeah.
Yeah, and you invested that much without expecting to reap anything.
Anything. no.
Anything. Cecilia, that means you do not have a manager, right?
No, I don't have.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that.
But when you invested at 2,000 Ghana cedis, did you see any improvement? Did you see any?
Did she get what she was looking for?
Did you get what you want?
Yes. I don't have that much, so whenever I'm about to invest, I speak to God. God,
Yeah.
this is all I have. So there has to be results.
Yeah.
My motive is for people to come to the knowledge of you. So there has to be results. This is
Yes.
what I have. So each time I invest, I see the results.
Okay, so what specifically do you invest in? Is it a
Well-
music video or going to the studio to record the song? I want you to break it down a little for
Everything.
me.
Music videos, going to studios to record, and then getting BVs, getting instrumentalists, everything.
Okay.
Must be stressful.
Okay.
Yes. Sometimes the church helps me by giving me some of their instruments and then their auditoriums, but then I also do invest.
Okay, I want us to touch on brand visibility, the importance of brand visibility, because every artist need their brand to be out there. Because as a human being, you're a brand. You mentioned you have a manager. The manager is doing most of the work, trying to work with the traditional media, the new media, because now it's all about the new media.
Yeah.
The traditional media is still working, but people feel it's fading. It's not fading. It's still in the system. People tend to use one and leave the other. They tend to use the new media and then forget the traditional media. But the traditional media is also helping. We can put that together. But then, if someone doesn't have a manager as an individual artist, what are the ways we can make his or her brand visible enough for investors to also hop on board? Because in the gospel space, they need brand visibility.
Yeah.
And that is what, to me, I feel it's really a problem. So as an individual, what can we do? I'll take everybody's opinion. I can start with Daddy because I could see you are ready to answer that. Not yet. Okay.
I think we should start with
with Queen. Brand visibility is very important. If you don't project the product well, it becomes hard for consumers to actually tap. So as a gospel artist, irrespective of the fact that you have a manager or you don't have, how do you put yourself out there to make sure that you tap into the media space, be it traditional or new media?
Relationships, first of all.
Okay.
Relationships open doors that
To
even
whom, it's not even
money-
to whom you know, but relationships.
relationships.
Okay.
They open doors that even money may not be able
Yeah.
to open for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And you have to, again, the word deliberately nurture certain relationships because you have a goal and you know that this person on my side makes my world
Yeah,
a
great
little
push.
easier
Yeah.
for me. Yes. And another thing is just going with the time. Times are changing. So one of the things I feel like we need to learn, me inclusive, is how to use the new way of media, which is the social media. We struggle a lot. TikTok, guys,
Yeah.
it's difficult, you know, to figure out how does TikTok work, how does my song become viral on TikTok, and then there's Snapchat, and then there's Twitter, and there's Instagram, and there's Facebook. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
You get tired.
There's a lot to deal with. So probably we need to, whether you have a management or you don't have a management, we need to teach ourselves, probably have people who have this understanding that already in the industry should organize seminars to actually teach the artists how to use this. So once you have a data, you know that I'm posting this and you're deliberate about the hashtags, you're deliberate about the captions, and it's quite a lot of things we need to take in. But I think it's high time that we start wanting to learn these things, because whether you like it or not, the world is changing.
Yeah.
So we have to change with the world to be able to create a brand visibility for ourselves.
True. When you move to the traditional media, as in moving from radio stations to radio stations, television stations to television stations, how is it like for you? It's
It's a lot.
it's a lot. You struggle a lot.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes sometimes, if we are not lucky, you will face a question that you yourself you sit down and you can't.
Yeah. So using that traditional way is even difficult. Talk of the new media.
Yeah.
That's why we have a new manager who is helping.
Yes,
Big ups to manager. Cecilia, let me come to you. I know you are individual. So how do you get your music video out there? You use YouTube to upload the Spotify and things, but then you've seen a lot
of
that's
the
good.
videos.
Of the videos. But how is it for you? How are the encounters for you moving from station to station? How do you do it to put your music out there?
Stations to stations. Well, I've not moved from stations to stations. So, but then I have someone who manages my YouTube.
Okay.
So yes, so each time I have songs, then he comes, he puts them together and then puts it on YouTube and then on the audio marks and the others. So I have some people who helps me with that. Yes.
But as an upcoming artist, do you have the hope or, the hunger, should I say? Although this is a calling for you, definitely a calling for you, but then you would want to get money from it.
Of course. I would want to get, because I invest before it comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't get the money, how would I bring the music out? So I would love to. I heard them say it's 50-50. It's I'm not depending on the business aspect. It's a calling though, but then also I have to get money.
Right.
To motivate you to do
Promote
more.
it, because people has to hear the music.
Yeah.
They have to hear it. So what will make the music reach out? It's finances.
Yeah.
So I would need money.
And so are you privy to the avenues with which you can possibly get monies out of your craft?
Yes. As I said, because I'm not out there yet and I'm not recognized, it's a bit difficult. But then I'm trying my best. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm investing in myself and I'm trying my best.
Okay.
Wait, before we start talking about your project, it looks like Queendalyn has a lot more when it comes to positioning yourself to ensure that
Being deliberate.
yes,
Be deliberate.
I'm sure a lot of gospel artists and their managers are doing the watching. Give us a few tips here and there, because I, for one, I hate posting on Instagram because of captions, and Twitter.
You're not alone, me too.
Yes. So imagine that I am an underground gospel artist, and all I know is that God has called me. I have a song in my heart. The world needs to hear it. But then I need to put myself out there. Maybe make it simple for those that are doing the watching, that they can follow these steps and eventually make a hit.
We're all learning, myself inclusive. And that's why you probably need to, if your head is not cut out for this, then you probably need to find someone who is. I've seen situations where people really just don't like social media, and they put maybe someone who's a social media frantic on a retainer. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Maybe, I'll give you 200 every month. Help me manage my page or something. There are people who are actually blessed with social media. Once they post, it goes viral. They know what to do. They know the right hashtag. Honestly, I don't.
I don't as well.
I don't. And in my team, there are people like that. And there's also people who, my manager knows how to do the digital distribution as well. Because right now, until you get to the point where maybe churches are calling you and willing to give something to say thank you for coming, just putting your videos out there. There are ways to monetize your videos on YouTube. There are ways to monetize your videos on the digital platform where there's a collection point online where anybody that plays your video anywhere in the world is charged. And at the end of the month, something small will come back to you. So it's just educating yourself. Sometimes we use our data for so many things that doesn't actually grow us. If you go on YouTube and you type how to monetize your videos, these videos come out. You learn by some. It's just, again, being deliberate and being honest with yourself. This is where I'm failing, or this is where I don't have my strengths, and trying to equip yourself in those areas.
Okay, all right. So this is where we end the discussion. But then before we go, ladies and Daddy, please tell us about upcoming projects. You first, Daddy. Upcoming projects. Do you have any new song out yet? And,
I have a couple of videos.
Okay.
Actually, it's a 6 songs but the manager is trying to release it.
One after the other.
One after the other.
Strategically.
Strategically,
Yeah.
yes, of course.
Okay.
And also, it's a motivation for any believer. That's from me. That I saw that the youth, the young one upcoming, have different perspective
Oh, yes.
life.
Yeah.
Right.
But one thing I will share is humbleness. Humbleness.
Be humble.
Yeah, be humble. And also be honest to yourself. Because a God that everybody minister to, we haven't seen him. But we said, I'm honest to him. But your brother, your sister, your uncle, your father, sitting next to you, you have a grudge or something. The Bible itself said, you are lying to your soul. So, only peace advice is we should be honest to ourselves. And when somebody also open the door for you, when you enter, don't go and mess the room up.
Very deep.
Very necessary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't mess the room up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be humble.
Don't bend bridges.
Yes.
Yes.
Be appreciated.
Appreciate
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you are closing, also shut the door very quietly.
Yes. For someone to also come and
Very
benefit.
true. Thank you so much.
I like what you
Very
said.
Cecilia, upcoming projects. Please tell us about
I
it.
have an upcoming event, the Pentecost Experience. I had
Okay.
it last year, and this year it's in September, 24th September.
Okay.
The Pentecost. It's going to be live on all social media platforms. Yes,
Which
Okay.
platform?
YouTube and Facebook.
The name of the channel.
Cecilia Quarm.
Okay. Okay. All right. Queendalyn.
Yes, please. I'm my
Promoting.
EP. I'm currently promoting my new song, Wotem Hoda.
Yeah.
And it's the first single from my EP, the Birth EP, and I have other songs on the EP as well. I have a song that I featured Mada and Hopeson and Abawakoni. I have another song on the EP that features Akesi Brimpong, another song that features the Grammy Award nominee Micah Remo on it as well. So we're releasing one.
Yeah.
Just trying to
And I realized
extend
that
the
on
longevity of it.
Boomplay,
Yes.
you were able to be among the secular artists that
Yes.
were the playlists were, as in when the playlist
On
came
top.
out on
Yeah.
top. Yours
Yes.
was part.
Yes.
That's good.
The amazing thing about the song is all the songs on the EP are actually songs gotten in prayer. They're songs with promises. And this particular one, there are certain promises God made to me, and I wrote them down. And just seeing this happen, today is day 10.
Yeah.
From the 21st 24 hours we released it, we hadn't even released the digital store link. We only released the YouTube link, and we hit 1,000 plays on AudioMac without releasing the link. And as at now, it's trending on almost all the digital stores, and the YouTube is growing as well. I'm just really thankful for how far God has taken all the songs on there. So we're hoping that as time goes by, all the songs will come out as well.
Great.
Amen.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Nanaya, over to you.
It's been a wonderful Monday. We hope that the week moves in that way. Thanks for coming. We really, really appreciate your time. Thank you very, very much. And wish you all the best. Like Daddy said.
And Cecilia is going to get a manager.
Yes, Daddy
She's going
said
to
when
a
you get the
record label.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy said when you get an opportunity, enter. When you're coming out, close the door.
Close the door
Leave the
quietly.
place gently good so that someone can also enter and
And
benefit.
be humble.
And be humbled.
humble.
Hi,
Yeah.
my name is Anaya Tanabwase, and I did this with Esiedua Akumia, Harriet, Adi, and Helen Anyeweja. Tomorrow
Right.
we will be back. Enjoy the rest of our programs.